Hello, I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com, using tarot to help you do the inner work, heal yourself, and create the life that you truly want to live. This is today's tarot. It's for all signs, and it's for Monday, the 7th of October, 2024. I hope you're doing well. I offer private readings from my website, BeHealing.com, not any other way. It's the only way you can get a reading with me. I will never message you to try and solicit readings from you or anything like that. So those are scammers pretending to be me that are doing that. If you would like something from me, please go to my website, BeHealing.com. So what's in the energies for everybody today? I've got the noble one. Doing the right thing. Somebody's doing the right thing. We're doing the right thing. Hopefully we're all doing the right thing, but we know that we're not, right? And there's a lot of people that are not doing the right thing and also getting highly rewarded for not doing the right thing too. It feels like we're coming to a time of change now, where more people are waking up to this. Play, being playful, doing the right thing, being playful. I just got a vision of some fun there, of perhaps calling someone out, but in a fun way. Stillness. So, I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm doing daily meditations now. I'm meditating daily for myself, but I'm doing it live on YouTube to invite you all along to meditate with me. And it's given me so much benefit personally, and stillness and presence. And from that clarity, we are less likely to be drawn into emotions. We're more likely to be clear and to do the right thing, of course, but to be able to do the right thing because we're not swept up by emotions. We've seen a lot of it these days, of people being swept up by emotions and reacting, you know? And then there's a reactor calling out a reactor, and it's like, you're both doing the same thing. You've got a difference of opinion, but you're both just reacting, you know? It's the same thing. You could be having fun with this today, of being present. Anyway, let's get some tarot out and see. What else have we got? We've got the Tower, something falling apart, or something surprising, shocking even. We've got the Queen of Swords, which is all about boundaries, being clear-minded, leaving the emotions out of it, and being very clear in your mind. Perhaps having boundaries. Tell us more. We have the High Priestess, tuning into your intuition. And the Ten of Wands with the Four of Swords, putting down burdens and relaxing instead. So not taking on what isn't yours to take on. That's another part of the getting swept up in the emotions too. We can tend to take things on that aren't ours to take on. You know, like someone else is having a problem or something has happened to them, and we get emotionally involved and we start like giving our point of view, but getting emotionally involved, like reacting to it when it's not even ours to react to. So putting burdens down, put what isn't yours down. The Tower. Tell us why this Tower is here, please. The Tower can be something falling apart. It also can be a surprise or a shock. It tends to be when the universe steps in to make a change. The Hierophant, spiritual lessons, and the Two of Materials, juggling things. So it might be too much on your plate. Sometimes the Two of Materials is too much on your plate when you've been juggling too many things up in the air, spinning those plates, juggling too many balls, you know? Spiritual lesson coming up from that. So the rug might be swept out from underneath your feet. Better way to put that is the universe steps in to take one of those things off your plate, and you might be resistant to that. Now, stillness is your best friend now, because in calm waters everything becomes clear. The Tower happens often when we're not noticing the signs that we needed to let go of something. Now, the last few days I've been saying to let go of previous paths and to step onto this new path. So it shouldn't be a surprise if you're watching me, but it still can be a surprise because we cling to things and we don't want change as human beings. There's integration behind that. So yeah, it's just the universe gives you a shove to let go of something, and you've got to integrate that change. I don't think it will come as a surprise, really. I think it's something that you'll have had signs to let go of. And what do I mean by that? Signs to let go of something. Something gets heavier and heavier and heavier and harder to handle, and we complain about it. And those are all the signs to let go of something. Now, sometimes we can have a very good quality, personality quality, or a quality that we've built of persistence, of hanging on in there, of seeing things through. And that can work against us when we're getting signs. We can be too tenacious and hold on to something. Queen of Swords, clarity of mind and leaving the emotions out of it. Now, I'm not suggesting to ignore our emotions or to pretend that we're not feeling something or anything like that. But there's a clarity that comes from stillness where we leave our reactions out of it for now to focus very clearly on something. Waking up, an awakening is behind that. So you're being called to see something very clearly and to leave the emotions out of it. There's a time and a place for the emotions, and we should address those when they come up, for sure, especially to take care of ourselves, But then there comes a time when we've got to see things clearly, and that's when we need to put all those reactions aside to wake up to our truth. It's all good, it's behind that. So again, back to this stillness again, something that meditation gives me is an acceptance of everything. And it's not even that it's all good, and it's not that it's all bad. It's just it all is, right? It all is. So you might be having a harder day around something that you're kind of forced now to let go of. And you might be realizing that in the stillness and your non-emotional state, it is all good. But when you tap into the emotional state, it's not all good. So there might be an understanding of yourself today that you get from this. Hi, Priestess. Why are you here? Something about our intuition, the 9 of materials, and the 9 of voices, 2 9s. Okay, so the 9 of voices is about anxiety, and the 9 of materials is about earning something or getting something, a reward. So say you get a bonus at work and you weren't told of your bonus. Say there's just extra money that goes into your bank account and you see that it's from work, but you weren't notified. You didn't get a letter of a bonus or anything like that. And you might be, I better not say anything about this because I could get away with it, you know? But there's an anxiety behind that. There'll be an anxiety of getting caught out. Like, say if you're in a shop and they give you too much change, there's a bit of an anxiety about that, about receiving something. Or it might not even be about that. It might not be about receiving something that you shouldn't have got. It might be receiving something that you should have got, but there's still an anxiety behind it because there's an underlying feeling that you don't deserve it or that you shouldn't have got it, that you don't, something like that. I don't know, it's interesting, but tapping into your intuition about that, the High Priestess. So what is that about? When we get that imposter syndrome, but we should have received something, like there's nothing wrong with receiving something, yet still we've got this anxiety about it. What's that about? There's growth behind that. Now, because it's 2 9s, the 9s come before the 10s, where a situation is completed. So this might be something that you have been addressing within yourself a lot of times. Perhaps it's that imposter syndrome or a feeling like it's not okay for you to receive something, perhaps. I don't know. Apply that if it fits or how it fits in your life. And then the 10 of Wands, the 4 of Swords, putting burdens down. Remember, we've got the Tower. It's around that 2 of materials. It's about juggling too many things, and we're putting the burdens down and resting instead. You're allowed to rest. What's this about? The High Priestess again. Intuitively, you know. Right. So with this 9 of materials and the 9 of voices, you might be working too hard for the things that you get, and you might think that you need to work too hard for it. And then when you receive things from it, there's a feeling of guilt, like you shouldn't have received from it. That needs sorting out because you do deserve, and you shouldn't be working too hard for everything that you get. So there could be an underlying belief or an emotional state that you need to get clarity on. Yeah, emotional release. Releasing that emotion. So there's an emotion that is clouding your clarity. And when you move the emotion aside and get clarity on it, you might think like, oh, why do I feel like I don't deserve that one? I obviously worked for it and I do deserve that. There is a belief, it might uncover a belief inside of you about worthiness, self-esteem, something like that. Something to be figured out today, that's for sure. And the noble one, it could be about you doing the right thing and then still not thinking that you're worthy to receive. Anyway, be a really good day to meditate. Join me in my live meditations or just watch the replay and meditate in your own time. You don't have to do it live with me. I'm not doing it at any specific time in the day, it's just when it fits in. I do it before I start work. Before I start this work. Which can happen at different times depending on what I'm doing, whether I've been training in the morning or exercising, working out, or not. We've got to surrender. At times we must surrender the old. This is for the singles out there, for love lives. At times we must surrender the old before something new can enter our lives. Let go and all will work out. And trust. Transformation occurs through acceptance. Yes. Something that I'm focusing on in my meditations is that acceptance. Acceptance of the human condition, which is very distractible. For sure. And that's all right. So in meditation, not trying to stop the distractions or ignore the distractions or trying to clear your mind, not trying to do anything. Just remaining present and noticing what's going on with the external distractions, with the internal ones, the bodily ones, the emotional stuff, the whatever comes up. Just being present with it and accepting it all. It's how we teach ourselves self-love, when we can accept everything about ourselves. And you know, not telling ourselves we're doing meditation wrong if those distractions are coming up, because we're human beings. Of course that's going to happen. It's going to happen to everybody. And so that's how learning and practicing that acceptance in meditation is self-loving, because we're human beings and we don't need to be mean to ourselves for having an human experience. Work through your feelings. Work through your feelings. What else about romance today? Anything going on? Daydreaming and true love. So you could be daydreaming of true love, what that would feel like, what it would look like for you. What kind of relationship would be ideal for you? We've got enjoyment and specialness. Someone that's special to you. Enjoying some time with them, perhaps. Could be today. What else in the energies, please? Wow. Okay, we've got bread, a period of prosperity and abundance. That's where that feeling could come up of like, I'm getting away with this, I shouldn't have it, that kind of thing. Flute, disappointment in a friend or a lover. We have a man here, dealings or relationship with a man and a dark woman as well. So there could be a man and a dark woman together. We've got a wishbone. A wish is granted. We've got good news coming in. It could be that bonus kind of a thing. And we also have boot. Increase your efforts if you want to achieve your goal. So onward and upward from here. Well, think of a yes or no answer question. I've got a red and a green crystal in this bag and I'm going to pull one of them out very shortly for our answer. But it's just a bit of fun. This is a general reading, not a personal one. If you do want a personal reading, then I offer private readings from my website, behealing.com. Anything from one question readings to full soul contract readings to find out what you're doing on this planet and how you're going with your dharma, with your karma, and all of that kind of thing. If you're interested in any of those, then I'll pop a link for it in the description box below and also up there too. So how best to deal with these energies today? We have the Ten of Pentacles here. So focusing on long-term and building things up long-term. First, as to build things up long-term, we need solid foundations. The solid foundations start within ourselves, believing in ourselves, and uncovering that emotional stuff and the beliefs about ourselves that don't serve us. That needs clearing out first, so we've got that solid foundation in ourselves, and then we can build the material stuff or what we want in our lives on top of that without feeling bad about ourselves. Because feeling bad about ourselves will cause us to sabotage it and to undo the things that we're building. So it could be a lot of insight into perhaps how you've been sabotaging yourself when it comes to abundance in particular. Well, think of a yes or no answer question now. Your answer is no. It's the ruby. Don't do it. There you go. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click like before you click off down there. Click that subscribe button if you're new. Leave me a comment as well. I do love hearing from you. And consider clicking that join button to be part of my membership. You'll get invited along to members only live shows where I do extra channeling for the members. Would love to have you as part of that. I can't get my words out today. Well, have the best day ever, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.